So this is the song Hunger by David and Nicole Binion, and this go around we are doing it in the key of F, which means we're basically playing E chords with capo 1. So if we were playing this in the key of E, we would just take the capo off. So I've found that it is easiest to play this if you just play E chords in the shape of E. A lot of these chords are open chords, which makes them easier to play. So I'm going to go through all of the different chords that I'm going to say, and then I'll go through the parts of the song. So one of the chords is E, which I know that you already know. And then there's A, which there are several different ways to play A, but I like to play it just with my middle finger and my ring finger and leave the rest open. And if I'm going to be sliding down to an open B chord, instead of the middle finger and the ring finger, I'll play with my ring finger and my pinky like this. I'm not using my middle finger at all, because that allows me to slide down, which that's the next chord. So there are lots of ways to play a B as well, but the way that I like to play it is open. So I go pinky, ring finger, pointer, and you can see how you can transition easily from A to B when you go. And then another chord that we're going to be using is C sharp minor, which all you're doing for that is taking the B and sliding it down 2 frets, so not changing the fingering at all. And then the last chord that we're going to be using is a F sharp minor, which if you barred it, it would look like this, but I don't love bar chords. I feel like they're a pain in the butt, and so I use an open version of that, which is just pinky, ring finger, or excuse me, I did that backwards. Ring finger, pinky, pointer here. So let me show that again. Ring finger, pinky, pointer. And you don't want to play the low E as much on that one. If you do, it's okay, but it's better and prettier if you're really just hitting the A string down. And a way that's helpful is you can take your ring finger and just kind of mute that low E, the top string, by doing that. Okay, so let's go over the parts of the song. In the first verse, you're not really doing anything, but you'll see that as I play it through along with the track. But the chords of the verse start with that F sharp to an E to a B, F sharp, E, B. And then for the chorus, the chords are A, and slide down to the B, slide down to the C sharp minor, and then back to the E. And then that just repeats. And then the very last thing, we have an instrumental before the bridge and the bridge, which is pretty much the same chord progression. It goes F sharp minor, B, that's the instrumental, so it goes. And then in the bridge, it really just sticks to those chords. So the sweep me away, sweep me away with you. So the first time it does go to that C sharp minor and ends on the B. And the second time through, it skips the C sharp minor and just goes to the B. So sweep me away. So I'm going to go ahead and play with the iPad all the way through from the beginning, and pay attention when I come in and come out, strum patterns, all of that, and hopefully you can hear the iPad as well as my guitar.
1, 2. Intro.
So this is
2,
the first verse,
3,
and we're
4.
just going to stay out here. It'll just be strings and piano.
Verse.
So as the chorus is coming up here, you can just strum through single chords
Chorus.
to accent everything. Verse is coming up and you're more involved now.
Chorus.
And stay out on the first two times in the bridge. Just let it be piano and strings and let that build.
Bridge.
And the third time through, you just want to play downstrokes to let it build until the fourth time. So here we're just doing downstrokes. For this first chorus after the bridge, just let it breathe a little bit. You're not playing at all until halfway through, then you'll start to come in and help it build. Now build more. chorus, everybody in. So, couple things to notice. At the very end there, you don't play all the way out. So on those last two chords, it's just, I need you, Lord. I need you, Lord. I need you, Lord. I need you, Lord. And then at the very end, we'll finish out with a quiet chorus and just the piano. So that's the gist of it. Hopefully that helps.